It all started with whispers that quickly turned into a full-blown storm shaking the very core of Hollywood's power couple, Beyoncé and Jay-Z. Sources close to the Carters claim that Queen Bey was this close to walking out on Jay-Z once again, but this time, it wasn't over cheating, fame, or money, it was over Diddy. Yes, you heard that right. Rumors are swirling that Beyoncé found herself entangled in a secret feud after discovering Jay-Z's alleged connection to Diddy's latest controversy. And when Beyoncé reportedly confronted him, things took a turn so explosive that even their closest friends say they've never seen her that furious. But that's not the only drama making headlines, because down in Atlanta, Mama D just lit social media on fire after defending her decision to have strippers at Lil Scrappy's 14th birthday party. Fans are calling it the wildest parenting move of the year, while Mama D is clapping back, saying she was just keeping it real. Between Beyoncé's rumored divorce meltdown and Mama D's unapologetic attitude, Hollywood is in absolute chaos. And baby, when I tell you the tea is boiling, it's overflowing. Stay tuned, because what really went down behind closed doors will leave you speechless. It all began when fans started noticing something was off between Beyoncé and Jay-Z. For months, their public appearances had felt cold, distant, and strangely calculated. Gone were the days when they looked like the unstoppable powerhouse couple who ruled both the stage and the boardroom. Insiders say that what really triggered this sudden chill was a name that's been circling the headlines for months now: Diddy. Apparently, Jay-Z's long and complicated friendship with the hip-hop mogul had pushed things too far this time, and Beyoncé was not having it. One insider claimed that Beyoncé had confronted Jay-Z after hearing whispers that he had been helping Diddy quietly handle some messy situations behind the scenes. And when those whispers turned into proof, Beyoncé reportedly exploded. One source said she was done. She told Jay that she's tired of him getting involved in drama that could destroy their image. She said, "You're not dragging me or our kids into anyone's mess." From that moment, the tension in the Carter household became unbearable. Even Blue Ivy, according to one friend, could sense that something was wrong. Apparently, the arguments got so heated that the family's longtime staff started avoiding the main floor of their mansion. But here's where things get even messier. Rumors began circulating that Diddy had reached out to Jay-Z for support after facing backlash over several scandals. While most of Jay-Z's associates distanced themselves from Diddy, Jay reportedly kept taking his calls. That's when Beyoncé started connecting the dots. She began wondering if Jay was trying to protect Diddy because of old business ties, or worse, shared secrets from the past that she wasn't aware of. One insider close to the couple said, "Beyoncé doesn't like secrets. She's all about control, order, and keeping her brand clean." When she realized Jay might be hiding something to protect Diddy, she snapped. The confrontation that followed, as described by insiders, was one for the books. Apparently, Beyoncé cornered Jay-Z in their private studio, demanding to know what exactly he and Diddy had been talking about. Jay, trying to stay calm, told her it was nothing serious, but she didn't believe him. "Nothing serious," she allegedly yelled. "Every time there's chaos, your name ends up right next to his. I've built my life to stay away from this kind of mess, and you keep dragging it back." Witnesses said that's when Jay-Z finally lost his temper, firing back that he wasn't going to abandon an old friend just because the internet decided to cancel him. Beyoncé reportedly stormed out, slamming the studio door so hard that it cracked one of the glass panels. While this domestic storm was brewing behind closed doors, social media started buzzing with hints that something was wrong. Fans noticed that Beyoncé had quietly unfollowed several mutual friends she once shared with Diddy. Others pointed out that Jay-Z had skipped a few public events where he was expected to accompany her. One particularly viral tweet read, "They really out here looking like a single woman again. She's glowing and Jay looks stressed." And the thing is, the fans weren't wrong, because sources say Beyoncé had already been consulting her lawyers. Yes, you heard that right. A close friend reportedly revealed that she started discussing what separation would look like if things didn't calm down. She wasn't filing anything yet, but she wanted to know her options. That's when Jay-Z realized things were getting serious. Apparently, he reached out to a few of their mutual friends, including Solange, hoping she could help mediate. But that plan backfired when Solange sided with her sister, reminding Jay of the infamous elevator incident years ago. She allegedly told him, "You got a second chance once. Don't think you'll get it again." And just as this marital chaos was unfolding, another headline was catching fire. Mama D from Love and Hip Hop Atlanta was trending for something absolutely wild. Fans couldn't believe it when footage surfaced from Lil Scrappy's 14th birthday party showing strippers dancing around while guests cheered. The video sent shockwaves through social media, with people calling it unacceptable, embarrassing, and childish. But Mama D? She didn't flinch. Instead, she jumped online and defended herself like only she could. "That's how we celebrate in my house," she said during an Instagram Live. "Ain't nothing wrong with showing the boy what grown folks' fun looks like. He's gonna be a man one day, might as well learn early." Of course, fans weren't having it. Comments flooded her page calling her behavior reckless and disgusting. One fan wrote, "What kind of parent brings strippers to a kid's party?" But Mama D doubled down, saying, "I'd rather have them in a safe space with me than out there in the streets sneaking around." She even dragged other reality stars into the mix, saying half of them do worse behind closed doors. Scrappy, on the other hand, reportedly wasn't too thrilled about the whole situation. Insiders say he felt embarrassed that the story blew up, especially since he's been trying to rebuild his image. As chaos erupted online, Mama D's feud with her critics got nastier. She started calling out bloggers and even tagged a few celebrity gossip pages saying, "Y'all always got something to say about me, but I've been real since day one," and it didn't stop there. She hinted that she was planning to release her own video to set the record straight, but people close to her say that deep down, she knows she went too far. "She acts tough online," one friend said, "but when the cameras are off, she's been asking if she really messed up. She doesn't want to lose Scrappy's trust." Meanwhile, in the Beyoncé and Jay-Z saga, things were spiraling faster than anyone could imagine. A family friend claimed that the couple had stopped sleeping in the same room. Jay was reportedly staying in their guest wing while Beyoncé focused entirely on her kids and her work. Fans even started speculating that her latest cryptic Instagram caption, "Truth always finds its way," was a direct shot at Jay. Another clue came when she performed a show wearing no wedding ring, and fans lost their minds. By this point, the tension was thick enough to cut with a knife. Insiders say Jay tried one last time to fix things by inviting Diddy over for a private meeting at his New York penthouse to clear the air and prove to Beyoncé that nothing shady was happening. But that meeting ended up making things worse. Beyoncé allegedly found out about it afterward and was furious. "You lied to me again," she reportedly told Jay during a heated argument that lasted over an hour. "You care more about your reputation in that industry than the woman who built an empire with you." Jay was said to be speechless. He knew then that he might have pushed her too far this time. And that's exactly where everything started to unravel completely, the calm before the next storm, when both of them realized this wasn't just another fight. This was the beginning of something that could end everything they had built together. The next morning, insiders say Beyoncé woke up in silence. Jay-Z had already left the mansion early, reportedly to clear his head, but sources close to the family say he actually went straight to meet one of his oldest friends in the business, a major producer who has worked with both him and Diddy. The meeting, according to insiders, was intense. Jay was desperate to find a way to convince Beyoncé that nothing inappropriate was going on, but he also didn't want to cut ties with Diddy completely. "Jay's torn," one insider explained. He doesn't want to lose Beyoncé, but he also doesn't want to look like he's turning his back on someone he's known for decades. He's trying to protect his legacy, but it's backfiring. While Jay was out, Beyoncé reportedly spent the day with her mother, Tina Knowles, venting about everything that had been happening. Tina, who's always been protective of her daughter, apparently told her, "You can love a man and still walk away if he keeps hurting your peace." Those words hit Beyoncé hard. According to one source, She broke down crying and admitted that she didn't even recognize the man she married anymore. He used to be her partner in everything, the source said, but lately, it feels like they're on opposite sides of a war. And that war only intensified later that week when a shocking report surfaced claiming that Jay-Z had been spotted meeting with Diddy again, this time in Miami. Even though no photos confirmed it, fans went wild online, convinced that the rumors were true. Hashtags like hashtag Beyonce deserves better and hashtag Jay's exposed started trending overnight. And when paparazzi caught Beyoncé leaving a dinner with her mother wearing sunglasses at night, people were sure she had been crying. Social media exploded with sympathy for her, while others accused Jay of disrespecting her again. "I can't believe he's still choosing Diddy over her," one fan posted on X. Another wrote, "Beyoncé has given that man grace after grace, but enough is enough." And while the internet was busy taking sides, Jay reportedly tried to reach out privately, sending her flowers and even writing her a long letter apologizing for how he handled everything. But sources say Beyoncé didn't even respond. She told her assistant to have everything he sent moved to the other wing of the house, the insider said. She wasn't ready to forgive him this time. Meanwhile, in Atlanta, Mama D's drama was reaching new levels of chaos. After defending her decision to have strippers at Scrappy's birthday party, she doubled down on her claims during a live interview on a local radio show. "Listen," she said, "everybody's acting like I'm the devil for what I did, but half these folks got their kids watching worse stuff on TikTok. I'd rather give my son a celebration he'll remember than a boring pizza party." The hosts were stunned, trying to get her to backtrack, but she stood her ground. Scrappy, however, wasn't happy. Insiders say he called his mom after the interview and begged her to stop talking about the situation. "Ma, you're making it worse," he reportedly told her. "They already dragging us. Just chill," but Mama D wasn't having it. "You don't tell me what to do," she snapped. "I raised you, and I'm gonna stand by what I said." That conversation reportedly ended with Scrappy hanging up, and sources say the two didn't speak for several days afterward. As that feud simmered, another rumor popped up, that producers from Love and Hip Hop were planning to feature the stripper controversy in an upcoming reunion episode. When Mama D caught wind of it, she was furious. "They trying to use my pain for ratings," she ranted online. "But if they want a show, I'll give them a show." And just like that, the queen of messy reality TV was back in full force, threatening to expose some of her co-stars who she claimed had done way worse behind closed doors. Back in Los Angeles, Beyoncé was quietly making moves that shocked even her closest friends. Insiders say she canceled several joint business meetings with Jay-Z and instructed her team to move certain assets into her own name. "She's not playing anymore," one source said. She told her lawyers, "If it comes to that, I'm ready." This wasn't just a fight anymore, it was preparation for a possible split. And what made things even more heartbreaking was that Beyoncé was reportedly struggling to hide all of this from her kids. She didn't want them to sense how broken things had become between their parents. But things took an unexpected twist when Diddy himself entered the picture again, this time with a shocking gesture. Apparently, he reached out to Beyoncé directly, trying to clear his name. Sources say he sent her a private message through mutual contacts, saying he never meant to cause any tension between her and Jay-Z. Beyoncé, however, was not impressed. She saw it as manipulation, one insider revealed. She told her team that men like him always try to clean up their mess by playing the victim. Word of this got back to Jay-Z, and that's when things completely fell apart. Jay confronted her about the message, insisting that Diddy was just trying to apologize. But Beyoncé didn't believe him. "You don't see what's happening," she reportedly said. "He's using you. And now he's trying to use me too." Jay, feeling cornered, raised his voice. "I've been loyal to everyone in my life, to you, to our family, to my friends. I'm not the bad guy here," to which Beyoncé allegedly replied, "Maybe not. But you keep standing next to them like you are." That argument, insiders say, ended with Jay walking out of the room without saying another word. Meanwhile, Tina Knowles was once again stepping in to protect her daughter. Friends say she had a private meeting with Jay, urging him to stop choosing pride over peace, but Jay, still frustrated, reportedly told her, "You think I don't love your daughter? I've done everything for her." Tina simply shook her head and told him, "Then do something she's never seen before." Listen, that conversation was said to have left Jay visibly emotional. He knew he was losing his wife, and for the first time, people close to him say he looked genuinely defeated. As if the tension couldn't get any worse, fans started speculating that Beyoncé was preparing a new solo project inspired by her personal struggles. She began posting cryptic photos, sharing poetic captions about freedom and rebirth. One industry insider claimed, "Beyoncé channels her pain into art. Every time her world shakes, she turns it into an anthem." That statement sent fans into a frenzy, wondering if her next album would finally tell the truth about her marriage. And while all of this was unfolding in Los Angeles, Mama D was preparing for a reunion showdown in Atlanta that would soon go viral. Producers had promised her that if she came on camera and spoke her truth, they'd let her control the narrative. But we all know that's not how reality TV works. What Mama D didn't realize was that another cast member had secretly filmed her bragging out the party weeks earlier. And that clip was about to leak online, reigniting the scandal all over again. But before that chaos exploded, something even more unexpected happened in Beyoncé's world, a sudden phone call from an old friend who might change everything that was coming next. That phone call, according to sources close to the family, came from none other than Kelly Rowland. Kelly had been quietly watching the situation unfold from a distance, but when she realized how bad things had gotten, she decided it was time to step in. Insiders say Kelly called Beyoncé late at night, speaking to her in that calm, sisterly tone she's always had. "Sis, I don't want to get in your business," Kelly reportedly said, "but whatever's happening, don't let it destroy you. Remember who you are. Remember what you built." Beyoncé, who had been silent through most of the call, finally let out a sigh and said softly, "I just don't know if I can trust him anymore, Kel. Every time I think it's over, something else comes up. I feel like I'm living in a lie." Kelly, who's known both Beyoncé and Jay for decades, tried to reason with her. "He's stubborn, you know that," she said. "But he loves you. Don't let people online decide how your story ends." That conversation reportedly gave Beyoncé a moment of reflection, but the wound was still too deep. Even as Kelly tried to encourage her, sources say Beyoncé's mind was already made up. She was ready to step away if things didn't change fast. And while that emotional call was taking place in California, down in Atlanta, the chaos with Mama D was hitting an all-time high. The leaked video dropped late one evening, showing her laughing and joking with guests at the infamous birthday party. In the clip, she can be heard saying, "We tinnin' up for my baby, he's a man now." The internet exploded instantly. Fans, critics, and even some celebrities began calling her out. One comment from a major reality star read, "This is embarrassing. There's no excuse for that kind of behavior." Within hours, Mama D's name was trending again for all the wrong reasons. Instead of apologizing, she went live once more, visibly angry. "Y'all act like I committed a crime," she shouted into her phone. "Ain't nobody got hurt, ain't nobody naked, and my son was happy. Y'all too sensitive." She even called out her critics by name, accusing them of being fake parents online while their kids wild out behind the scenes, but this time, even her die-hard supporters were struggling to defend her. "It's not about being real," one fan commented, "it's about setting boundaries. He's still a kid." Behind the scenes, Lil Scrappy was livid. Insiders say he refused to film any new scenes for Love and Hip Hop until producers promised not to exploit his mom's mistake any further. "He's embarrassed," a close friend shared. "He loves his mom, but she crossed a line. He's trying to protect his son, and this whole thing just keeps getting uglier." Reportedly, Scrappy even stopped answering her calls for a few days, leaving Mama D heartbroken. "She acts tough," the insider added, "but she's been crying. She hates being ignored by her son." Back in Beyoncé's world, the drama was taking another sharp turn. Insiders claim that Jay-Z had finally reached his breaking point. After days of silence from Beyoncé, he decided to take a drastic step, booking an interview with a major outlet where he planned to set the record straight. People close to him read to talk him out of it, but Jay insisted that he was done letting the internet control the narrative. He wanted the world to know that his loyalty to Diddy wasn't what people thought. But when Beyoncé found out about the planned interview, she was furious. According to a source close to the couple, she confronted Jay before it happened, saying, "So this is how you fix things?" By embarrassing me again, Jay reportedly tried to explain, saying, "It's not about us. It's about clearing my name," but that only made her angrier. "Your name," she snapped, "isn't the only one on the line." She reminded him that every move he made affected not just her but their entire family. The fight was said to have lasted hours, with voices raised and doors slamming. In the end, Jay cancelled the interview, but the damage had already been done. Soon after, Beyoncé made her own move. She arranged a private getaway with her mother and the kids, leaving Los Angeles without telling Jay exactly where she was going. Insiders say she wanted space to rethink everything. One close friend revealed she needed quiet. No paparazzi, no pressure. Just time to breathe. Jay was left alone in their empty mansion, reportedly pacing back and forth, unsure of what to do next. He reached out to Solange, hoping for advice, but Solange didn't sugarcoat anything. "You're lucky she's even talking to you," she told him. "You better fix this before she decides she's done for good." As the days passed, rumors of their separation began to spread like wildfire. Gossip blogs started posting exclusive insider updates, claiming that divorce papers were being drawn up. Others speculated that Beyoncé's team was already working on a solo public rebrand to prepare for a new era without Jay. None of this was confirmed, but the speculation alone was enough to send fans into meltdown. "If Beyoncé and Jay-Z can't make it, love really is dead," one fan tweeted. Another wrote, "She's too powerful to keep putting up with this. I hope she walks away with her head high." Even celebrities began weighing in, with one anonymous star reportedly saying, "Beyoncé's done protecting his image. She's been too quiet for too long." Meanwhile, in Atlanta, Mama D finally faced the music, literally. The Love and Hip Hop reunion was filming, and she had to confront the fallout in front of everyone. Sources from the set say the energy was tense from the moment she walked in. Scrappy was already seated on stage, arms crossed, refusing to make eye contact with her. The host wasted no time diving into the controversy, asking Mama D, "Do you regret what happened at the party?" She paused, looking directly into the camera, and said, "No, I regret that people twisted it into something it wasn't." The audience gasped. Scrappy, visibly frustrated, finally spoke up. "Ma, it wasn't about them twisting it. It's about you doing too much. That was my son's birthday, not a club night." Mama D fired back, "Boy, I gave you everything. I made you who you are. Don't act brand new now that people watching." That exchange went viral within hours of the episode airing, with fans debating who was right. Some sided with Scrappy, saying he was finally setting boundaries. Others defended Mama D, claiming she was just being her authentic self. As the world debated the morality of Mama D's parenting style, Beyoncé was quietly returning home from her private retreat. Sources say she looked calm but distant, as if she had made peace with a painful decision. Jay-Z was waiting for her, reportedly standing at the front door when she arrived. They didn't say much that night, but the tension was obvious. Over dinner, Jay tried to explain himself again, saying, "I didn't mean to make you feel like you weren't my priority." Beyoncé stared at him for a long moment before replying softly, "You don't have to mean it for it to hurt." Those words hung heavy in the air. Insiders say Jay was speechless, realizing how deeply he had wounded her. That night, he slept in his own room again while Beyoncé stayed with the kids. Their home, once filled with laughter and music, had fallen silent. Everyone close to them could feel it. The end might be closer than anyone wanted to believe. But just when fans thought the story couldn't take another turn, something unexpected happened the very next morning. A piece of evidence surfaced online that would drag both Beyoncé and Jay-Z into a storm bigger than either of them saw coming, and it all traced back to Diddy himself. Early the next morning, the internet woke up to pure chaos. A blurry photo began circulating online showing what appeared to be Jay-Z and Diddy leaving a private event together just days earlier. It wasn't the photo itself that caused the explosion, it was what people claimed happened inside that event. According to several sources on social media, the two men had met to discuss damage control over a secret that could allegedly link Jay-Z to Diddy's ongoing scandals. Within hours, gossip pages and fan accounts were dissecting every pixel of the image, insisting it was proof that Jay was still standing beside Diddy despite everything. And when Beyoncé saw the image, insiders say she froze. That was her breaking point, one friend revealed. She said, "I can't keep defending someone who keeps disrespecting me in public." According to reports, Beyoncé confronted Jay later that afternoon. It wasn't a screaming match this time, it was calm, cold, and final. "I've given you every chance," she told him quietly. "You keep saying it's business, but you don't understand what it costs me." Jay, looking exhausted, tried to explain that he didn't know the photo would leak, but Beyoncé just shook her head. "It's not about the photo," she said. "It's about the choices that led to it." The silence that followed was heavier than any fight they'd ever had. For a moment, it felt like the end of an empire. Word quickly got out that Beyoncé had moved out of their shared bedroom again, and fans online began speculating that a separation announcement was imminent. Paparazzi started camping outside their home, and every small move they made became breaking news. When Jay attended a charity event alone that week, reporters bombarded him with questions about Beyoncé, but he simply said, "My family's good," before walking away. Yet, insiders claimed that behind the scenes, nothing was good at all. Meanwhile, Diddy himself added fuel to the fire by posting a cryptic message on his social media, "Real ones stand tall when the world tries to knock you down." Fans immediately connected it to the drama, tagging Beyoncé and Jay-Z in thousands of comments. "This man has no shame," one fan wrote. "He's taunting them now," another added. "Beyoncé better walk away, she doesn't need any of this mess." While Beyoncé and Jay were battling in private, Mama D's saga was still unfolding in Atlanta. After the explosive reunion aired, she faced a major backlash not only from fans but also from family members who thought she had gone too far. Her sister reportedly called her and said, "You need to stop acting like everything's a show. This isn't love and hip-hop, this is your real life." For the first time in KS, Mama D seemed to take the criticism to heart. She went quiet on social media for several days, posting nothing but old family photos and cryptic captions like, "Sometimes the loudest person is the most hurt." Then came an unexpected twist. Scrappy showed up at her house. Insiders say it wasn't planned. He had been reflecting on everything and decided that, despite their differences, he didn't want their feud to drag on any longer. When he walked into her living room, she looked up from her phone in shock. "Boy, what you doing here?" she asked. Scrappy replied softly, "I came to talk." They sat down, and for once, the cameras weren't rolling. "I know you meant well," he told her. "But we gotta do better. My son's growing up, and I need him to see the best version of us." Mama D teared up, reaching for his hand. "I didn't mean to embarrass you," she said. "I just wanted to celebrate him." Scrappy nodded. "I know, Ma. But next time, let's keep the party rated PG." The two laughed through tears, finally finding some peace after weeks of chaos. Back in Los Angeles, Beyoncé's world was spinning in the opposite direction. Insiders revealed that her legal team had been quietly meeting with Jay's lawyers to discuss what a potential separation agreement might look like if it came to that. "It's not a divorce yet," one source clarified, "but she's making sure she's protected." Still, people close to her say she hasn't made a final decision. "Beyoncé's torn," the insider explained. "She still loves him. But she can't unsee what she's seen. The trust is gone." Jay, on the other hand, had gone into full damage control mode. He stopped taking calls from Diddy completely and began focusing on fixing things at home. Sources say he wrote Beyoncé a handwritten letter, something he hadn't done in years, apologizing for everything. In the letter, he reportedly said, "I don't deserve another chance, but I'll spend the rest of my life trying to earn one." When Beyoncé found the letter, she didn't say a word, she just folded it neatly and placed it in her drawer. No one knows what that meant, but it was clear that she wasn't ready to give an answer yet. Fans, however, were already convinced the relationship was over. Every move Beyoncé made was analyzed online, from her new minimalist fashion choices to the songs she was rehearsing in the studio. One fan theorized that she was working on a surprise visual album about betrayal and self-worth, calling it Lemonade Part 2. Another joked, "When Beyoncé drops this next project, every man in America better start apologizing early." But then, something unexpected happened, a glimmer of hope that no one saw coming. Beyoncé and Jay-Z were spotted attending a private event together for one of their children's school programs. They sat apart at first, avoiding too much interaction, but at one point, a witness claimed they smiled at each other when their daughter went on stage. "It wasn't much," the source said, "but it was real." It looked like two people remembering what really matters. After the event, they reportedly left together in the same car, and for the first time in months, fans started wondering if reconciliation was possible. Meanwhile, Mama D was working on her own form of redemption. She released a heartfelt apology video online, admitting that she had gone too far. "I got caught up trying to be entertaining," she said tearfully. "But I forgot that real life has consequences. I love my family more than I love attention." The video quickly went viral, and surprisingly, most people forgave her. "This is the Mama D we love," one fan commented. Real enough to own her mistakes, Scrappy even reposted the video with a caption that read, "Love you, Emma." For the first time in a long time, their relationship seemed to be on the mend. As both families faced their own storms, one in the spotlight of Hollywood and the other in the fire of reality TV, the parallels were striking. Beyoncé and Jay were fighting to rebuild trust after betrayal and public humiliation, while Mama D and Scrappy were learning to repair their bond after misunderstanding and pride. Both stories reminded fans that behind the glitz, the fame, and the cameras, even the biggest names struggle with the same raw emotions: love, disappointment, forgiveness, and the desperate hope for peace. In the weeks that followed, whispers started spreading that Beyoncé and Jay-Z had agreed to attend couples therapy again, something they hadn't done since the Lemonade era. One insider revealed, "They're not out of the woods, but they're trying." And for Beyoncé, trying is the biggest step she can give right now. As for Mama D, she was reportedly planning a more wholesome family gathering for her grandson's next birthday, telling friends, "No dancers this time, just cake and love." The drama may have shaken both families to the core, but somehow, they all seemed to find a fragile sense of balance. Beyoncé and Jay-Z still had unanswered questions between them, but there was no denying the love that refused to fade completely. Mama D and Scrappy still argued from time to time, but at least they were laughing again. In the end, both stories became lessons, messy, emotional, unforgettable lessons about how fame doesn't protect anyone from heartache, and that sometimes, even in the spotlight, the hardest thing to do is simply forgive. And there you have it, from Beyoncé's rumored breaking point with Jay-Z to Mama D's unapologetic defense of her wild birthday bash for Scrappy, this week in Hollywood has been pure chaos. Fans are still divided, emotions are running high, and nobody knows what's really going on behind those mansion doors. Was Beyoncé really ready to walk away, or was it all just a misunderstanding blown up by whispers and rumors? And when it comes to Mama D, was she really out of line, or just being her raw, unfiltered self like always? What we do know is that both stories have the internet on fire. Some fans are siding with Beyoncé, saying she deserves peace and privacy after everything she's been through, while others think Jay-Z's loyalty has always been questionable. And when it comes to Mama D, social media is torn, half of the people calling her the Queen of Chaos, while others say she's simply showing that not all families follow the same rulebook. Either way, the drama isn't slowing down anytime soon. Insiders claim there's still more to come, And the next few days could expose even deeper secrets than anyone's ready for. So now we want to hear from you. Do you think Beyoncé was right to consider ending things over Jay-Z's alleged connection to Diddy? Or is this just another rumor cooked up by Hollywood's gossip mill? And what about Mama D? Was her move bold or just beyond the line? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, because we'll be watching to see what side you're on. And if you love staying on top of all the latest celebrity scandals, heartbreaks, and shocking moments, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss the next drop. Trust me, the way Hollywood's been moving lately, you won't want to blink. Stay tuned, stay messy, and as always, keep sipping that tea, because there's always more brewing behind the scenes.